Welcome back, Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm joined by Rhona Jukes. Rhona Jukes is a mortgage professional with American Family Funding. We're talking about VA loans. I love VA loans.
I love VA loans.
Yeah.
I love our veterans.
Yeah, our veterans are our heroes. They're the ones that serve. They're the ones that come back, you know, and to get an education. They gave their time. They gave their minds, their energy, their
That's
everything.
right.
Yeah.
And we're here to support them.
There are some myths out there, though, we need to bust.
There are.
Yes. And we call it the 10 myths VA loan. If you have a VA, you qualify for it, and having that no money down opportunity, does your VA loan ever expire?
No, and that's what people believe, that once they've used their VA benefits to purchase a home loan with no down payment, that once they use it, they can't use it again. But definitely you can continue to use your benefits as long as the previous VA loan has been paid in full, and then it will then reactivate your full eligibility.
Can it be used more than once?
Absolutely.
And for some people think it's just to buy your first home.
No. I've had many VA buyers that I've worked with that have used it subsequent times. The only difference is there's an upfront funding fee that the percentage increases with subsequent uses. But if you are a veteran who has been discharged with a disability or currently collecting disability from the VA, that funding fee is waived, and that can save you a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's really important.
Yes.
Also, you can use it for refinance, right? And take cash out if you don't have a lot of equity for some reason?
Yeah, and VA allows you for 100% loan-to-value cash-out refinance.
Wow.
I recently did one, and he never used his VA benefits, but we used it for this cash-out, and I was able to save him close to $10,000 a month in debt that he was paying out.
There's no monthly mortgage insurance, that extra insurance you have to pay. No. You do pay a funding fee unless you have that disability. But when you look at interest rates on VA loans, we're experiencing are typically a little lower than the typical Fannie, Freddie, or jumbo loans.
Absolutely, absolutely. And another big myth is you can buy $1 million home.
Yes, you can.
With a VA loan. The only difference is, depending on where what county the property is in, for LA County, we can go up to $636,000 with no down payment. The difference is you pay a percentage between the purchase price and $636,000. So if there's a $100,000 difference, you're only paying 25% of that difference. That's $25,000.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
On a $736,000. I know somebody, a good colleague, who did a VA in San Diego. He was a pilot, and she was a air traffic controller. Fell in love, wanted to buy a house. Now, San Diego's expensive, $1.2 million home, and the down payment was minimal relative to the rest of the products out there.
Exactly, to what you would need to bring in for that price range.
Qualification standards, are they harder than most loans?
No, they're not. I mean, that's another myth, that if you are trying to obtain a VA loan, that it's going to be harder. It's the same documentation as a conventional loan. If anything, I think they're a little bit more lenient and more open to maybe something outside of the norm. They look outside the box when it comes to the veterans.
They do. I think they bend over backwards to make the loan work if it makes sense, and it's a financially reasonable decision or investment for the veteran. Let's talk about a foreclosure. Unfortunately, sometimes foreclosures happen.
Absolutely.
On VA
life
loans.
happens.
Yes, life happens. Can you get another loan afterwards?
Absolutely, after 2 years.
Okay, so you have to wait 2 years.
For VA, you have to wait 2 years.
Yeah.
But one of the things that my personal goal, is to be out there educating our veterans, because I work a lot in this community. I run across a lot of veterans. When I'm working my open houses and I run into a veteran and start a conversation and realize they have no idea what their benefits are. So my goal is not only to educate the veteran, but also educate our real estate community, because a lot of our community doesn't understand the benefits of getting a VA loan and how it can help. From a personal standpoint, when I sold my home about 4 years ago, I had multiple offers, and I went with my VA offer because it's important for me to have veterans owning homes, and I wanted to show that it's okay to take an offer from a veteran.
One last question I'll ask you when it comes to that is, does it cost the seller extra money?
No, not necessarily.
It can be negotiated so the lender there's a few non-allowed fees the veteran's not allowed to pay, so that they think the seller has to pay, not necessarily.
No, it does not have to be where it's an obligation on behalf of the seller. It is something that can be worked out with their loan and with their lender.
Yeah. So 10 myths.
10 myths.
I think we got 9 or 10 of them.
I think we got most of them in there. But you know what? What's important is ask questions. Yeah.
And see Rhona Jukes is a specialist when it comes to VA loans and American Family Funding. Your phone number for those who want to reach out to you.
My direct number is 661-505-4335.
Or email?
My email is Rhona, R-H-O-N-A, @AFFloans.com.
You can also find her at the American Family Funding website. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. And a last one, thanks for all you do in the community. Rhona, she donates so much time and energy. You see Rhona everywhere on the weekends, so thank you.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. Host Fred Arnold on AM 1220 KHTS.